Lesson 14, Part 3A. This is an addendum to Part 3, in which I stated when we were talking about, if you recall, sections, the 8 sections on the screen. I said we'd get back to that code later and do some examples. Well, this is later. I forgot all about it, so we'll do that in a short video here. So first, let's look at what we did. And I've already got everything loaded in, so I'll just execute that code. Okay, remember we could just look at 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we could do the automation, which took pieces of the 4 videos or 4 image files and displayed them in one of the 8 sections, which it's doing now. I think the loop count is 34. And when that's done here shortly, quit, we'll get out of there. And now, so let's take a peek at the code, if we may. Okay, and what we're talking about is this screen splits or screen sections. We did 8, and we'll look at doing a different count in there. So let's go down in that code. And I had a note in the program. This is where we skipped over it when we was going through it. It says need to change the AND B instruction if number of sections change and see loop count above. So here was our options if you do 4 screen splits or 8, 16, 32, or 64. You could also do 128, or you could do 2 if you wanted to, but this is more common if you wanted to. And that instruction, that AND B instruction, is right here. Okay, we do a get random, and then we get rid of everything but 0 through 7, which is a total of 8. So let's try 30. Let's do that screen splits with 32. So let's change this down here to, okay, I'm not going to change the notes. Okay, we'll just do that. And up here it said look at loop count above. We only do 34, and that works fine if you've got 8 sections. It kind of gives you, change the screen maybe up to 4 times, because a lot of times you get duplicate random numbers. So let's change this here with doing a 32. Let's change this to 100. And we have one more change. We'll go back up to the top in our screen sections. We'll change that to 32. And we'll do a Control S to save that. And I'll bring up my DOS prompt here, and I'll do an up arrow to recompile it. This is my setup, so I'll recompile it. Error 215, which, if you're familiar with this here, which means that I do not have I have to dismount the file because it's not shared. Recompile it. Back up and remount it. Okay, I'm going to get rid of some of this other background screens here. Okay, now we'll reload that. I think I can hit my backup buttons here and go back and reload the display all program. I forgot to mount it, or mount it correctly. Let's put it that way. Hit that redo, play it, do it, load it again. We'll execute it, and again we can still do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And here's our automated with 32 screen splits. You see they're just smaller, and they come on much faster. And it's going to go through that iteration, or that count of 100 times. That is pretty. And I'll hit Q to quit. I'm going to go back to the code, if I may. Get this. And probably what you can test this, you can do this yourself, is up here just a little bit up to delay count. change that 40 to some number so it will do a longer delay because it's firing on the screen there pretty quick. So you may want to change that to, just play with it. Okay, you can change this. Whatever you change here, remember you got to change it at the top and change this loop count and a delay count. Right, that's kind of it in a nutshell. That's all we're going to do. I just wanted to show you that because I talked about that, and this is the later. So that is finally it with lesson 14 complete. All right. Thank you.